I've been playing around with this new army for a little bit. It's still based on the fireball, but it is like a full damage equipment build. So you can see over here, I've got literally as much damage equipment as I possibly can. You can even see the levels I'm running. So hopefully you can find it a little relatable. It's not all maxed out equipment. And the army itself, here's what I've got running. So you'll also notice like the hero equipment is a little weird in terms of like the pets that they have as well on them, and I'm only having 5 healers on this. We're gonna finish up with some rocket loons just to get rid of most of the defenses and have an easy cleanup for the end. I even have some zaps because the giant arrow with one quake can actually go ahead and get some major defenses for you. So let's just go into some attacks and see how you can like take some bases down. It's very creative. It feels like you're taking the base apart piece by piece, but you don't always have to start with a warden walk. So let's just go and look at some examples. So I just waited for the second day of Legend League so I can start getting some good bases for you guys. And here's the first one that we've got. It's like an anti-2 boxy style setup, and well spread. Honestly, well spread. It looks like it can defend. It looks like it could defend Root Riders a little well. Not completely sure, but because I don't use Root Riders myself, but here's a base, and let's just talk through how you can like consider taking it down piece by piece. I did mention you do not have to always start with the Warden Walk, and I'm sure you guys can see like this area is so juicy for a fireball. But the ideal value would be if you probably get it on like the multi inferno itself, right? So I just thought like I only have 4 invis in this army. I'm not going to try to make the monolith invisible and then try to like charge a certain area so that I can definitely get a fireball on this multi inferno. There's just too many defenses build. There are too many defensive buildings spread around the multi inferno, and it's not worth going and using my invisibilities with the fireball early into this attack. So what I did over here was actually a little interesting. I just thought, let me start with a queen charge, and then I can consider deploying my warden later on down the line. And it sounds very unusual, but it works out one way or the other. So let's see. Like I've just started my flame flinger off over there on the left side to just get the ricochet cannon and the scatter shot because these X-bows are set to air, and a trick for lining up the giant arrow. So all you have to do is like there was a building over here. You have to just think of drawing a line between 2 points. So I am just thinking of a line that goes through this building, and it intersects these two, like the scatter shot, the X bow. So I'm just hoping for an arrow that can like shoot like this, right? So you have to just imagine 1 point over here and imagine one more point over here, and you have to just kind of like drop your queen at the same point on the side of the line where that giant arrow can be lined up. So it's very simple once you learn that trick. And yeah, we've just got a queen charge going over here. You'll notice I've given 3 extra healers to her on top of the 3 she spawned herself. So it's just a little extra healing. Think of it like a queen charge where you have a unicorn and you have like 5 healers behind her. So it's kind of like 6 healers on her. So it's something similar since we're starting with a queen charge over here. And yeah, just going to try to sustain her. King off to the right to just funnel my queen in. And you'll see like he has the spiky ball. I did not consider that he would erase everything else because I was really hoping that he would actually go out and around over here. But it's fine. He ends up joining with the queen. And it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. We have still a pretty good setup going. I also got rid of the mortar up top next to the flame flinger so that it can go ahead and keep grabbing extra value. And now look at this, like these guys have nowhere else to go except the core. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give them that support that they need. And the base looks well set up, right? Like it's not looking too bad. We have a lot of rocket loans. We have our heroes going into core, pulling out the CC. Not bad at all. And this is where I actually start considering, I still have 4 invis spells with me. I can definitely get a fireball onto the town hall at the very least. So I start going ahead and removing some defenses on this side, and you'll see it come up very soon. So I think I'm just waiting for the queen to get rid of this multi inferno, because then I can go ahead and kind of make these other defenses very easily invisible, and then we can get an amazing fireball onto town hall. It looks extremely weird that I'm doing it like this, but look at this. Look at that. Like, where's my warden? Where did I even throw the fireball? It's crazy. So it's like kind of like a reverse fireball setup. I don't know how to even call it anything better, but Here we go. We've still got a queen charge going strong. The warden now joins in. And I realize like I don't really need my healers anywhere else because I'm not doing a dedicated warden charge. So might as well throw the last few in, and then the royal champion with the last few rocket balloons as well as the rocket spear. They're just gonna easily clean up the rest of this base. There's nothing left. There's literally nothing left. So it is a very very surgical attack, and I this is even more complicated than a normal double hero charge. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So I'm not I'm not asking you guys to definitely consider this attack in your Legend League attacks. It is one of the hardest things I've ever done, but it is something that is fun to watch, at least fun to try and execute. So I'm gonna go for it. I don't care too much about trophies anymore. I'm just gonna try to have fun in this game. So even if you guys don't want to like take this as a tutorial, you can just watch it for the fun of it. It's all up to you. So let's just move on to a few more attacks like this one. I'm sure this is a base that people have seen quite a few before, quite a few times before, and this one is. I will start with a warden charge on this one because I just want to get that entire core out, and there's no easier way to do so with the help of just going ahead and starting with a warden charge because honestly I can set up a nice flame flinger over here, and it's I'm aware that there's also like a Tesla farm in this area, so it'll take time to chew through it anyway. So I thought might as well just go ahead and get started with this warden charge over here. Not much to it. I'll even go ahead and like make it on like 2x speed because we already know like the juiciest fireball on this one is the core. And that is also actually a detail I forgot to mention. Unlike the regular double hero charge that I do, over here the entire aim is to try and go for very very juicy fireballs. And you'll even see I dropped my queen early on the right side because I know this like time is ticking. So I need to definitely get her going, and I just tried to line it up, but I you'll see I made a mistake. I didn't fire the giant arrow at the right time because I'm still getting used to it. I'm still getting used to the fact that I have a giant arrow. It's not an invisibility vial anymore. So although I lined her up correctly, I think I started paying attention to my warden over here. So I couldn't get the scatter shot with the multi-archer tower, but that's fine. We'll just work with it. So we're quickly just getting rid of the defenses as well in this area. I'm literally sacrificing the queen's giant arrow to do so very very easily. And I also need to remember I cannot waste any time. So I've also gone ahead and started my king right away, and that's it. There's no defenses left for me to consider even worrying about. So I saved on my invis spells on this one. We nicely got the fireball to remove the entire core, so I'm happy. I'm very very happy with that, and really not much else to it. Our king's spiky ball will damage some buildings out there in the core for us, just like that. Our queen and our warden will easily handle the top area of this base, and we still have our royal champion with the rocket spear, and don't forget all of those rocket loans as well. So really not much that this little bit at the end can really do. So you can just see I'm going to literally throw in all of my rocket loons at the end over here. None of it was needed, and I even have 4 spells left in the bag. So yeah, that just goes to show you guys like if you correctly break the base like piece by piece, it is just a done deal. It is you just need to make sure that each component gets the value that it can possibly get, and you are sorted. You are fully sorted. So it's really that simple. I say that, but it's easy. It's much more difficult to execute than I say. So it's kind of more of a showcase rather than a tutorial. But regardless, I hope it is providing some entertainment value to you guys still. I'm gonna continue with this. I'm having fun with it. I feel if I keep it up for at least like a week more, I should get used to it. But yeah, we'll just move on to some more examples of attacks that I've done. So I thought I'd show you guys some examples of some mistakes I made as well. And this is just a base where I actually go like mess up a little bit. So the fireball is pretty straightforward that I go for on this one. It's just as simple as going for the eagle artillery, just because I get rid of like a lot of damage as well as the clan castle with the fireball to begin with. So it's a pretty good starting point in my opinion. What you have to consider next is like we have a giant arrow as well. So how can we make it useful? I should tell you guys like with 3 zap spells and one earthquake, you cannot take down ricochet cannons. Um, you come very close to it, but I thought okay, in this case I'll just go ahead and tell you guys the answer like what I went for. So I do try to go for like the scatter shot and this ricochet cannon over here. I think I try to line it up with the laboratory like this. So what that does is like I can actually go ahead and remove this inner building, and then my queen only needs like one shot on the cannon to finish it off. So it's as simple as that. So it's literally just literally only that much. So over here I just follow up with a flame flinker with my warden. This is also something I guess is a little important to note. That rocket balloon conveniently pulls the poison tower for me, and it also reduces the damage on my warden by a little bit. So yeah, I'm just trying to funnel such that I can get my queen going in this direction towards the town hall. I was a little unlucky. I was a little late. These builders actually start saving the scatter shot over here. So I think there's another builder that's helping it out. I'm not sure which one it is, but there were I think there was like another builder hut over there in the area that was healing it up. But either way, we get the ricochet cannon down early. I'm using the rage spell on my warden, and I have a few invis spells to now save my queen to hopefully allow her to get that town hall down. She is hanging on to dear life, but it is what it is. So like you can see the amount of multitasking that is required over here. Just a few rocket loons to hopefully save the healers on my queen. I don't manage to keep my warden alive, but that's fine, that's fine. We will still go ahead over here and look at that. Just the fact that I'm running like complete damage equipment, right? I managed to finish off whatever weaker buildings were over here just with the help of the Royal Champion Seeking Shield alone. She still has a rocket spear to go after that, so these defenses in this area are not going to be too much of a problem. Like, look at this. I think it's like 3 or 4 more shots, and that monolith is a gone. It's a done deal. Like, and it's not even a maxed out rocket spear, so that's actually pretty good. And we have our kings. We still have the king to follow up with the help of the spiky ball over here. We have some rocket balloons to weaken up the defenses, and we'll just go ahead and do that. We'll just try to make everything as weak as we possibly can. So sorry about that. I think something stuck in my throat, but yeah, you can see I'm just trying to weaken up everything as much as I can, and look at that. It's like everything gets one shot after that. So that's pretty cool. We didn't have to go through so many walls over here. Everything just dishes out damage over the walls like that. So even if you can like partially damage up most of the defenses, right? Like the each subsequent equipment afterwards will just go ahead and erase the rest of it. So you have to just kind of keep into mind like, okay, my spiky ball can have like 7 buildings, 8 buildings, and just do your best to damage it up. That's all I can really recommend for this one. It's not okay. It is a little complicated because like you have like only 30 seconds in your Legend League hit to really think about it. But once you get a hang of it, like I've been trying this for a few days now, just get a hang of it, and I promise you guys, it's just very easy to recover because you are damaging the base one way or the other. So let's just do one more attack for you guys, and we'll call it up on the showcase. Yeah, I thought of just doing it a little like live. So hopefully that does help you guys out understand my thought process a bit better over here. And yeah, very solid base that we're beginning on. I'm a little conflicted. Like I'm not sure if I want to fireball the core or if I want to fireball this area. Like that is just such good value for a fireball either way. Um okay, you know what? Let's take the risk. So yeah, what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to fireball the monolith over here. I'm not gonna drop any rocket loons or anything like that. I think I just give him 2 healers for now, and let's just wait a little, or maybe I'll try not to be too greedy. Let me just go ahead and get this fireball down early, so then I don't pull the clan castle troops out. Yeah, perfect. Now the question is, is only having 2 healers on him enough? That is all I want to know. So if I can just maybe see what I can do over here. Mm, how do I want to line up this giant arrow over here? Let me do one thing. I'll just let my warden walk nicely. So let's just give him like 4 healers because he will start to take damage. I'm even funneling in the top. Okay. I'll switch to siege bags for the time being. I'm thinking I can line it up like this maybe. I think. Perfect. I'll Oh, I missed the Inferno, but that's fine. Uh, Let me just make him invisible. And I might as well give him the rage because he's gonna go ahead and trigger that rage tower very soon. So yeah, let's just let him do that. No rush at all. He is in charge of the entire area, so I can't really blame myself for giving him that rage spell over there. I still have a lot of support. I still have an invis spell, so I'm not all too concerned. If needed, I can make my warden invisible, and then he can continue to take that town hall area down. So like this expo should switch over to my king as well soon. No problems there. Let's just give my king a path out, and I'll give my queen access into the base siege barracks from the bottom. Yeah, this should be fine. Yeah, king should die over there, and my warden should be able to easily solo that town hall, no problems at all. Yeah, not a problem at all. I think he'll be fine just like that. Yeah, he's easily gonna get that town hall down, and there's not much left. There's not much left. There's really not much left. Very, very, very simple. So I don't even care about keeping him alive right now. I don't even think I need my royal champion. But fine, it is what it is, you know. Oh wow, my warden won that fight over there. Yeah, just goes to show like this is so strong. I removed like this area of the damage. I think I missed the zaps on the multi inferno because I was focused on commenting, but just one live attack I wanted to show you guys. It is that simple. Like you can either choose to be greedy with the fireball by starting with the rest of your heroes, or you can go ahead and start with your fireball, and it's the same as what I did for double hero charges long back, maybe 2 months ago, where you can just get an early fireball. You don't have to think about it too much, and then you can easily follow it up with the rest of heroes. So it's really that simple. It's much more flexible. It is much more resource intensive. Many people gave me feedback like I used to not use a lot of my rage spells. I used to not use a lot of my invis spells. So might as well like try and damage the base a little bit more, and yeah, you have more supportive troops this time. You have more rocket balloons. That's also feedback I got. Why don't you use rocket balloons instead of why don't you use rocket balloons instead of super barbarians? So I hope this does answer all of the questions. I've tried to like mix and match like all the feedbacks, and I've tried to make this new army. It's not my original army. This is something that Kazuma does as well in Legend League, Navi Kazuma. So yeah, credit goes to him, but like I'm happy to make my own guides with my own thought process for you guys. So yeah, if you want to pick it up, feel free to do so. It is a little bit difficult, but it's nothing that you can't get used to. Once you get the hang of it, it is just one base after another that you'll be smashing. Yeah, that's about it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.